BookTubeAthon, Libby and I were at the vet's. She is getting her eyes tested. So far her tear values are up, which is wonderful for sweet Libby. So we'll see what the doctor has to say, but so far so good. So we have very good news for sweet Libby. She no longer has an eye ulcer, which is amazing because that was very, very scary for a little while there. We thought she was going to lose an eye. She didn't even need to have surgery in the end, and just a lot of drops and nursing her back to health worked. I'm so happy. So I'm going to go home and celebrate by reading. So my husband just got home and he brought in the mail. And I got a little card from Molly, who won my giveaway. And it was so nice to receive. I didn't expect that at all. Thank you so much, Molly, for the thank you card. I really love this little community. We're a good crew. Hello guys, it is day 5 of the BookTubeAthon. So far I have only really finished, well, 2 books. I finished The Alice Network, as you know. And last night I finished Every Heart a Doorway, which I loved. I gave it 4 stars. It was wonderful, it was magical, it was mysterious. It was everything you want in a book, except it was too short. I have to say that, it was too short. I wanted more. So it's the weekend, it's Friday. I'm a little bit worried that I'm not gonna get through everything that I have planned to read. I have Pobby and Dingan sitting right here in front of me, so I am planning to go outside and get that in. It's a short one, so I should be able to do that. And then I have Milk and Honey, the poetry collection that I am going to read tomorrow. Now my question is, do I sit down and attempt to read an entire book on Sunday, essentially, or do I skip it? But I needed to tell you that I've done it again. I have gone and gotten more books. So I wanted to go through some of them. I picked up The Edge of the Fall. Now this is the sequel to The Storms of War, which I just picked up on Monday at a whole other library. And I knew that it was going to be a trilogy, and I was like, well, I'll never find the other books in this trilogy at a library sale, and literally here this was. So I was so happy to get this. The Storms of War follows the DeWitt family right before World War I begins, and World War I comes in and kind of just ravages this family. This follows them after World War I. And I tried not to read the blurb on the back. I read a little tiny bit, and it did spoil a tiny bit. I'm going to not read any more about this. I also picked up A Spell of Winter. This won the Orange Prize, and it's meant to be a lot like Jane Eyre. And I'm telling you, the reason that I bought this was for the opening line. Let me read it to you. I saw an arm fall off of a man once. That's why I bought the book. What does that say about me as a human being? I love this cover too. It's a very haunting kind of cover, so I was kind of excited about that. And I should say what this is about. So this is a turn-of-the-century tale, and it follows siblings, Kathy and Rob. This is apparently about second chances and family secrets, and just the fact that it's like Jane Eyre makes me want to read this. I also picked up Afterlife. This is about a group of people who live in a little community called Train Line in New York. Right after the whole spiritualism period happened, they work essentially as spiritualists, and this is a coming-of-age story of one of them. Now, the reason that I bought this book is because of blurbs on the back. So we have Sarah Waters, who said that this was wonderful, and then listen to this review by Ann Patchett. Afterlife is that rarest of wonders, a book that is both exquisitely written and a thrill to read. I wanted to read it faster to find out what would happen next, and to read it more slowly to savor every perfect sentence. That sounds really good. And then I also got this book from when my niece and nephew come over. I like to have nice books on hand. This is called Insect Detective, and it just looked so beautiful. Look at this beehive, and you explore and find out all about what insects do and their purpose. I love this. It's so stunning. So I had to get that. Guys, I have to apologize because I didn't finish my vlog last night, but today is day 6 of the BookTubeAthon. Last night I finished Pobby and Dingan, which I loved. This is such a sweet story. It's also a little heart-wrenching. This was such a lovely little story. I feel like you could read this again and get more from it again, and it's very short. It's under 100 pages. It's a little novella, and I really loved this very, very much. I gave it 4 stars, and I'm very happy about that. Today I am going to pick up Milk and Honey. This is my sit down and read the whole thing in one go book, so I'm going to do that this morning if I can. I've got an entire pot of coffee going in the background. If you can hear that, that's what that is. And so I'm going to sit down right now and start Milk and Honey. So I just finished reading Milk and Honey, and it was wonderful. The chapter on love I struggled with a little bit because I found it a little bit naive, but that was the point of it. It was about a first love, and first love is kind of naive, and but that said, this takes you on the journey of loving and losing and healing and becoming whole again on your own. And wow, I wish that I had this when I was dating. I'm going to share with you some of my favorites. I like the way the stretch marks on my thighs look human, and that we're so soft yet rough and jungle wild when we need to be. I love that about us. How capable we are of feeling, how unafraid we are of breaking, and tend to our wounds with grace. Just being a woman, calling myself a woman, makes me utterly whole and complete. So this is the part of BookTubeAthon that I need to apologize to you, because my next book up was going to be The Undertaking, and I've decided to ditch that because I only have today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday, to read it, and I have so many books in August already picked out that I'm very afraid that if I didn't finish it in those 2 days and I had to like bleed into the rest of the month, everything would just fall apart, really. Now, in the BookTubeAthon challenge, The Undertaking was my choice for read a book that you bought because of the cover. Now, I didn't buy this exclusively for the cover, but I'm going to be reading The Husband's Secret, which has one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen. So I'm swapping over to The Husband's Secret. I am reading this with Rachel over at The Shades of Orange. We wanted to read a little bit of a thriller. This is actually, I think, like a kind of humorous, comical thriller like Liane Moriarty does. So I'm very excited. I don't think Rachel's have read any Liane Moriarty, and I have read Big Little Lies by her and enjoyed it. And The Husband's Secret is all about a woman who's rifling through her husband's papers, and one day she happens upon a letter, and it says, you know, if you're reading this, I'm dead. And he's not dead. She just stumbled upon this. And what she reads in the letter really turns her life upside down. So I'm really excited about this. It is on my summer TBR, so I feel good about that swap. I hope you guys don't mind. Sometimes you just need to be a little bit spontaneous. My husband and I are heading out to Chapters. His idea, so who am I to really argue with him? So we're going to head over to Chapters. I was thinking of vlogging a little bit there, and I'll let you know how I get on with The Husband's Secret. We're here. Barry?
Yes?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you that we're at Chapters?
Oh, jeez. At least 3.5.
Okay.
This should definitely happen.
So that went rather poorly. I was looking for a specific book by Ellen Montgomery, not Anne of Green Gables. And I was going through all of the kids section chapters, and I couldn't find it under M. And so someone was walking by and they asked if they could help, and I was like, sure, I'm looking for Ellen Montgomery's works. And then she was like, you know, Anne of Green Gables would be under children's classics, but I don't know about the other ones, so let me look it up. I was like, well, I looked under M, and Montgomery, she is classics, like that's her. The book wasn't there, so I just left. It was a bust. Anyway, Barry had no idea why I was so frustrated, and truthfully, part of it was probably PMS, but we left. I'm back home. I'm gonna read The Husband's Secret, and that's that. Hey guys, it is day 7, the last day of BookTubeAthon. I have just sat outside. I have started The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty, and I'm really liking it. I think I'm only like 50 pages in though. I'm 60 pages in, look at that. This is addictive. You can't put it down. It follows 3 characters, and like every chapter is another person's story, and they always end on little cliffhangers. Someone has already thrown coffee in someone else's face. I'm really liking it. I'm not getting the thriller vibes from it though. I thought it was going to be a thriller. Rachel and I were planning on reading a thriller, and this was my pick, and so far no thriller-esque stuff. But I'm loving it, so that's okay. Sometimes it's good to veer off and not know what in the world you're reading. Today we are going to head out, actually in our old neighborhood where we used to live, and we're going to celebrate my Uncle Dennis's 70th birthday. I'm very excited. Barry went out and picked up all sorts of garb for him. I'll show you some of it. He had like a pin, like a little badge, and he's got a sash and this crazy hat thing. So we're just gonna embarrass him, and I'm excited. So I will chat with you soon. I'm gonna sit out and read a bit more of The Husband's Secret with little Libby and talk to you soon. We just got back from Uncle Dennis's birthday party. I think he really liked it, and we all had a lot of fun torturing him with jokes and making him wear all of those things. It was really fun and really good to spend time with some fam. I am back home now. I am kind of tired, so I'm just gonna watch a movie, I think. I'm not even gonna read for the next little while. I might read right before bed, but I'm about to read Loving, which was up for an Oscar, and I never got to see it. So I'm going to watch that. I hope that you guys liked following me around while I was doing my BookTubeAthon reading and book buying. I never think that I'm going to buy so many books in a week, and yet every week it happens. Anywho, I will see you soon. Okay, bye.